We're going to talk about it in the news, but the fact that I don't know what to believe about anything anymore. Spanish, I'm more on your side than I have ever been. The information that has come out about this shooter and the pictures that were taken of him before he shot. Crazy, why do you have a picture of a guy with a rifle on the roof before the assassination? Yeah. Why don't you just took that guy out? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah. I think it was definitely a setup now, but it's who's involved and how deep.
Set up by whom though?
That's the thing. That's really the only question.
I mean, I think we know.
Who?
It's all the people that don't want Trump's, or all the elites that have been making. All you got to do is look to who's been making the most money in the last 4 years.
Those so are you saying that because Joe Biden was best friends with the Secret Service lady that she said, "Hey, don't give him the stuff we have"?
No. I think there are certain people right now in all areas of our government, from the FBI, CIA, Department of Justice, all these different things, Secret Service, that are making money right now due to the way the world is being handled. And those people, I think, some of them may be working for the CIA.
Let's just say you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Now you have to get a loner kid. You have to turn him. You have to convince him to kill a presidential candidate.
Easy.
Why? Listen to me. That seems like it's not easy.
There's those documents that showed that they know how to brainwash people.
Yeah, you're teaching your teachers how to kidnap kids.
Yeah.
I'm not.
They did this great experiment. I think it's called the ASH experiment, ASCH, in the 80s, where they had a person come in and sit with like a group of 10 people, and they would hold two pieces of string up, and they would ask people which string was longer. And they found that I think it was like over 75 to 80% of the people would say the wrong answer knowing that it was wrong if the rest of the people said the wrong answer just to conform.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. I understand, but
I just wonder, how do you get so many people to cooperate and not a single person says, wait a minute, are we really going to do this?
Money, bro.
Did you watch the what's her face that was on at the congressional hearing where they were just grilling her about She was in it for the long haul because she's like, no, not saying nothing.
What's going to happen to her?
Nothing saying that. Yeah. She's could just sit there and take it and then be like, okay, I'm done. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was pretty insane. I'm with Gio. Like, you got to get so many people on the same page. But what was the ultimate? What was the goal there to kill him?
You just need one. Yeah, 100%. I think the reason why I definitely don't think there's going to be an election now is because Trump survived.
But I don't know. Now they're saying that she's crushing him in the polls.
Yeah, I don't. You know me. I don't believe
the polls either.
Yeah. They're going to say now we're going to get a hailstorm of Trump's the biggest piece of trash ever, and they're going to dig through all this stuff that makes him a piece of trash.
I don't think that works anymore.
I think it does. I think there's a huge audience that still gets super hyped up anytime someone says that Trump's racist, even though there's no evidence to ever say that he's racist. People still believe it. And you're just going to get more and more of why Kamala Harris went from doing absolutely nothing to now she's going to be the best candidate ever for president, the better candidate than we've ever seen.
Yeah,
according to the media.
Look, I used to think you were an idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Now I know you're an idiot, but some of these things are just you can't turn your head the other way anymore. You have to go, okay, what's going on here?
And like, let's say nobody working on the Secret Service that day had any knowledge of anything going on. All it takes is one of the people in charge to say, don't shoot, we're waiting on more information. And that's all they have to say.
Well, so from what I understand, they were on, they did not have, their inner ears were not all connected. They had a central place that it had to go to and then was resent back out.
Oh, that's
it makes it even worse. Yeah. Like it all had to go to one spot and then they had to give instructions from there. So that made it even worse.
I remember there was they have that cell phone information, that cell phone data that shows that somebody was going from the shooter's house back to an area or an address that was a couple doors down from the FBI headquarters. More than once, yeah.
I don't even know what to believe. Like, it's who
no, that's the thing, because it all seems so ridiculous. You go, that's ridiculous. Spanish is an idiot. That's ridiculous. Then you're like, well, I mean, but it kind of does make sense a little bit.
Like, it makes sense, but then you're like, oh, here's this document, and we put it on Twitter, so we shared it, and it's real, or it's not real. Like, I don't even know who. I just saw a video of Biden, a deep fake, telling everybody to go F themselves.
No, that was real. Yeah, that was real.
Like I don't know what to believe. Like there's no way you can tell what's real and what's not, and what's the motive. And
like if you just this circumstances, if you were somebody that worked or made money off of military contracts and you were making buku for the last 8 years, you're not going to want that to end, especially if you have a position of power right now in the government.
I don't understand. As somebody who has 11 refrigerators, I don't understand why you need a 12th one. Like, I can never understand the people who are so rich, like Dick Cheney, when 9/11 came and they looked at all of his stuff, and he was already worth $1 billion. Mm-hmm. And they were saying, but if he took down the World Trade Center and he did this, blah, blah, blah. Well, what do you need? Another $1 billion?
Yeah.
Like, you'd be willing to do all that stuff?
Then give up 2 of your refrigerators. Why do you need 11?
Well, I'm not giving them up, but I don't need more.
But money is power.
Yeah.
So the more money,
how much power?
You can never have enough.
Because if you have $500 million, you've got a lot of power.
Yeah.
If you have $2 billion, that's way more power. You know what I mean? $2 billion, you're just doing whatever you want, whenever you want. 500 million, you're like, yeah, I'm pretty good for a long time. Like, it would be hard to spend 500 million. But if you have to pay certain people off, or if you have to do whatever, this and that, if you have that $2 billion, you can be like, yeah, no problem. 500 million, you're like, man, maybe we don't do this one. You know what I mean?
Listen, I get it. I just don't. I can't comprehend. Like, I like a reasonable amount of power. I like to make Joe throw my garbage.
Yeah,
that's the line of my power.
That's the normal amount.
Right now, thank you, Joe. Thank you. But if you told me if I killed Spanish, Joe would clean my windows too. It doesn't seem worth it.
But here's the thing. That's a perfect example. So you're very secure and well off. You have money and you're good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you're pretty good.
Right.
If you kill Spanish, you get $1 billion.
Yes,
but you're killing Spanish.
But that is but let's be honest. If you told me I kill Spanish, I get $1 billion, but I still may face the repercussions of killing Spanish.
There's no repercussions.
No.
Oh, I just kill Spanish?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're behind a wall.
You know that old thing where, like, would you push this button? And it's going to kill somebody instantly, but you get $10 million.
Yeah,
and everybody says they push the button.
And you have the $1 billion, you kill Spanish, and if anything, there's any blowback, hey, what happened to Spanish? He got killed, whatever, Joe will take the fall. Or somebody, or not even necessarily Joe, somebody you don't even care for, will take the fall.
I'll be your Patsy,
you're
Michael.
Insulated. There's 5 people in between.
My thing, I get what you're saying, and it becomes more appetizing to kill Spanish. I can understand.
That's all right. Listen, the way things are going, just take me out.
At least he said $1 billion.
Yeah.
He could have said $50.
Thanks, man.
My thing is, if I kill you for $1 billion, and I have $1 billion now, and then next week somebody says, kill Gio for another $1 billion, I feel like I go, I got $1 billion. I'm good. I like Gio. I'm good. I don't need
or they say, listen, if you don't kill Gio, you're going to lose half of that.
Oh.
Or that might be different.
Or they say, if you kill Gio, you get another $1 billion, and guess what? You could buy the Bucks.
Yeah.
Or you could do, you know what I mean? And
I do want the Bucks, Galvin. I want the Bucks.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can guarantee they'll never find out it was you.
Yeah.
Like, there's,
And no longer do you buy tickets to Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam comes to you.
Oh, come on. Gio, I'm sorry. You got to go.
Listen, man.
Galvin does make a good point. It was a joke, but he makes it, about the buying the Bucks. I mean, essentially, like, imagine you have a group of, let's just 10 people that are just like you, that are doing the same thing. They kill somebody, make $1 billion. So you have all this money, but now you have the ability to negotiate between countries. So now you're talking about, like, legit power, where
world power.
OPEC is going to you saying, we want to strike this oil deal. Can you go back to the States and deal with them? Then
I can comprehend it.
Yeah,
I just feel like listen, if you told me you're going to be a billionaire, but we have to kill 2,000 people in the World Trade Center, I go, I'm good with what I have. I mean, like, I can't, I don't let.
What about $1 trillion?
2,000 out of
what about
$1 trillion
billion?
and $1 billion? There's no difference.
There's a huge difference. But what about $1 trillion? And they say that they just lost it the day before 9/11.
Lost what?
All that money, $1 trillion, but you get that $1 trillion because then they just lost it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just I don't know. I guess I'd have to really be faced with that situation, but it seems to me that there'd be some part of humanity inside of me that would go, I'd rather not kill all these people.
But it's just like Don King, who used to show up. He would owe somebody $5 million, and he would show up with a briefcase that had $300,000 cash in it. And you go, listen, you can wait for the $5 million. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get that, whatever this, that. But if you take this, I got 300,000 right now. You can take this, and people would be like, yeah, all right, I'll take that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you have it right in front of you, you're like, you're making weird decisions.
Yeah. Ultimate power.
Well, I'm glad nobody ever asked me. I'm not giving up any refrigerators. I'd be very confused.
Nah. It's nice. I think it's way nicer here than it is up at the top, anyways.
You can lay low here.
Yeah, there you got a target on your back always. I mean, that's like real Game of Thrones. You always got somebody vying for your position, vying for your money,
it really
vying
is.
for your slice.
Game of Thrones is the best way to describe it.